talking about it all morning long,
Yes.
talking to people on the other side, some who've been dead for years. Mark Macy says he's done it. He's devoted his life to researching the subject.
WBT News reporter Aaron O'Brien is talking with him today. Aaron, are you a believer now?
Well, take a look at this. Seeing is believing. You know, we've just been here in the last few hours, and so Mark takes a Polaroid, typically of the people who come in, just to see if another image shows up over my image in this case. Now, this is me, and you can tell it's a little bit maybe out of focus, but if you look real closely, you can really kind of see another mouth below mine. You see kind of another image, and the same thing with Stuart Field, who's our live truck operator. He came in, we took a picture of him, and there's another image over his face as well, and he thinks that's possibly his father who passed away when he was younger.
Here he is.
Hello,
Hi.
Mark Macy.
Yes.
Debbie with Sci-Fi Investigates.
Debbie, nice to meet you.
The first person that we met was Mr. Mark Macy, and he uses a device called a luminator.
It gives off some kind of rays, and basically, it's supposed to make dead people appear when they take a photograph.
Spirit photography is one of the long-held techniques used to gather evidence of the afterlife. And Macy's one of the leading experts in the field.
Well, the main thing the luminator does is creates this field of subtle energy, and it allows me to be with people in the presence of the luminator, and I can take pictures of them, and sometimes we get not only the person on film, but also people in spirit posing with the person.
Actually, when I first saw Mark's pictures, I was like taken aback.
And this is Mimi, that's her on the left.
One of them, for example, very clearly seemed to show a woman's deceased husband on the lower half of her own face.
I've studied that pretty closely. The face above looks a little bit like Mimi, but it's a male. The cheeks are different, the lips are different.
It does look a little like her, but the angle is different too, and the eyes are very different.
The eyes are different.
Another photograph showed what certainly looked like John Denver.
Wow.
Clearly the same
Those look
clothes.
good. I need 4 of each, 4 Polaroid cameras, and also 4 digital audio recorders.
Sure.
So that way we'd know any pictures that resulted from our session with the Luminator were of our own film stock.
I'll take 3 of them.
Do I look at you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I was observing Mark very closely while he was taking all of the photographs. I'm pretty confident in saying that Mark did not show any kind of major camera shake at all. He was pretty steady, in fact.
Without your glasses?
The benefit of a Polaroid camera is that you're getting the image directly from the camera in plain view of everyone, and there's no way you can alter it. Mark, is it okay if I take your picture?
Sure.
So after a couple of rounds of Mark taking photos of the team, we wanted to turn the experiment around and sort of take on the role of Mark.
On one version, we took photographs with a full flash. In another set, we took photographs using no flash at all, where the flash was completely covered by electric tape. What we found is some of the most unusual images that we got were from when we had no flash at all on the camera.
Yeah, this is the best one so far today.
This is the one that Bill took, right?
This is the most interesting one. You got 3 definite parts of a face there.
You know, all this time, everybody thought Rich was a strange one in the group, but the only person whose picture turned up abnormally was Debbie's.
Sometimes it's like a blurry where it looks like my face is in motion, but there's 1 or 2 photographs where there's actually a separate whole face. It doesn't have the same features as me. I mean, I took a look at those Polaroid photographs with my own eyes and bent them and sort of really inspected the film itself. There's no way they could have been altered. Whether it's spirits around me, I don't know, but it's different and really hard to explain how that could happen.
Coming up.
The luminator is a device that was originally designed to assist energy conservation in offices. But its inventor had noticed the unusual effect it had on photographs taken nearby. Mark Macy has one of the only 8 luminators in the world today.
It seems to kind of melt away the barriers between the physical and the spiritual, so that our spirit friends can come close and show themselves on Polaroid film. That's my son Aaron in the top left, and he's 14 years old in this picture. And he's superimposed totally over my son, and same with picture on the right, we didn't know who it was at first, but when my wife saw the picture, she gasped and said, "My gosh, that's my dad. Aaron, that's your grandfather." It's John Hoyes, who is my father-in-law, who I never met. He died shortly after I met Regina. And you can see the resemblance between John in lifetime and John in spirit superimposed over Aaron.
Mark offered to take some luminator photos of me and my team. He used a brand new box of film which we supplied and then took 3 photos of each of us while we stood next to the luminator. There were no other special conditions in the room except that the flash on the camera had been almost entirely blacked out and there were some spotlights mounted on the wall where we stood.
Sometimes we get the best results with those that take a little while.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
After the photo session was finished, we all watched the prints develop.
Oh my gosh, there's definitely something on this one. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes it's just half the face too.
Yeah, there's definitely someone there. I can't recognise who they are yet, though, unfortunately.
That's really strange. That doesn't look like you. That's not you. That's not you.
No, it doesn't feel as if it's me.
How extraordinary. That is a different person.
Actually, it's weird
in
looking
the
at myself, not quite me.
Mark's taken a Polaroid of you and it's come out a picture of somebody else.
It's really...
That's
really odd.
You don't recognise the person?
No one recognised any of the extra faces in their pictures except for Peter, our director, who thought he could see his father's face there next to his. But he was the first to say that we can all look similar to our parents in photographs. What I thought of as my own face was barely visible in my photograph.
I suppose the weirdest thing about that is it doesn't look anything like me. That side.
It's definitely somebody else.
And that the way the hairline's gone so high and the neck is really strange. And it looks like an older man, doesn't it?
It does.
An elderly man. Oh my God, the eye.
But were the strange faces superimposed on ours really spirit faces? Whatever the cause, the images were very strange.
I'm still just slightly in shock after seeing these luminator photos.